Thanks for joining me today. I'm Elizabeth of Eliza and Calligraphy. You can check me out on Instagram at Eliza and Calligraphy. So to start out real quick, we just have our basic practice items, or calligraphy items in this case. Higgins Eternal black ink I really like using. Just got some slanted line paper. This was a hand-me-down from a friend, so unfortunately I'm not quite sure where it came from, but if you're interested in that, just message me and I'll look into it for you. And then the nib we're using today is the Nico G nib, which I love as a left-hander. When you first dip your nib into the ink and you're getting prepared to write, something really important to know in terms of angle, this right here is 90 degrees to the paper, and this is going to be way too steep. This is probably too steep as well. As a left-hander, I kind of actually let my palm rest on the paper and I bring it at essentially a 45-degree angle so that I can be writing in line with the slants on my paper here. I'm going to go ahead and dip my nib into the ink, and this musk coverage right here is about good. If you get any higher than that, it's probably going to cause some issues, and the ink kind of gathers in the middle of the pen where you can see it's kind of glistening. So I'll bring it down to the paper, 45-degree angle, and I'm just going to do some up and down lines to begin with. Up, pressure on the way down, light-handed up, pressure, light-handed up, pressure, light-handed up, pressure. And this is just a really great practice and warm-up. And you're going to have to continue scooching your hand over as you go. The bigger contrast you can get between your ups and downs is what's going to give your lettering a very pretty and distinguished look. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and dip my nib again. How many times you need to dip really depends on the length of your lettering and the ink flow, etc. But I'm going to go ahead and do some quick letters here. Light up, heavy down, light up, heavy down. It just becomes kind of a pattern and a habit once you learn your letters, and I'll do a more in-depth video about the alphabet specifically if you're interested in learning my lettering. That's a C. It kind of looks like an E. Yeah, they look almost exactly the same. Let's try a C again. There we go. That's better. Cross that one out. I'm going to go ahead and letter a word for you real quick. We'll go ahead and do Sunday because today's a Sunday. We can talk about what all these lines mean on the paper at a different time. And this is kind of my personal modern script, the style that I've developed. And to hear that scratch on the paper is completely normal. It's probably almost a good sound to hear. As long as your ink is flowing well, that's definitely a good sign that you're doing it correctly.